Hello, hello, hello. What's up? It's your girl Twan the Mystic from housemystics.com. Hello and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, what's up? I'm Twan. Okay, so today's reading we're talking all about messages from your ancestors, but I wanted to make it cool. So we're going to be talking about who are your ancestors, what talents you've gained from them, and then also any messages that they have for you. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So go ahead and light your candles, light your incense, and light your blunts because we're about to get real deep with this reading. And if you love deep, insightful, accurate picker cards, definitely keep watching and definitely hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you're updated every single time I drop something new, okay? So go ahead and pick the pile, the number, or the picture that you feel the most drawn to. Go to the timestamps in my description, and I'll see you at your corresponding timestamp. Hello, hello, hello. Those of you that chose pile number one, picture number one. Yeah, let's get into your reading all about, your ancestors, what talents you got from them, and then also like what messages they have for you. Okay, where'd I, oh, it's like, where'd I put the cards? Okay, so first we're gonna see who your ancestors are. Okay, all right. The future. I plan for the future with the respect for the unexpected. I don't know why that makes me think of the rapper Future. The protector. I respect people's boundaries and require the same from them. Okay, so I feel like your ancestors could be people that could see into the future. I definitely see that, or I definitely feel like they could see into the future. So you may have a talent of seeing into the future. That's giving me goosebumps. Maybe that's a message for me too, huh? Shout out to the ancestors. But that could be a message for you as far as your ancestors. Like you see into the future. You're probably someone that's very intuitive. You sense things before they happen. You see things before they happen. Very like prophetic. So your ancestors could have been prophets or psychics or I don't know, because we also have the protector. So they could be people that advised like kings and queens, or they could have been kings and queens themselves, or something like that. But there's something about like giving advice to people about their future or the future of the community, or like some type of spiritual insight that your ancestors gave to people. And I feel like you do the exact same thing, even if it's not necessarily you being a tarot reader or a psychic or something like that. um I feel like you have great insight to give people because not only have you gone through life, but you have gained a unique perspective on life. So I feel like it makes you a great advisor. Okay, so let's see what else. Hmm, we have Eight of Swords here, which is interesting because her she has a blindfold on, and what I just said, and then Six of Swords. Okay, I actually want to talk about these two. So the fact that it was the Eight of Swords and the Six of Swords, it makes me think of unbinding. Unbinding. So your ancestors could like I said, they you could have had ancestors that see into the future, but they could have also been people that were into spell work as well. Because when I see this, it makes me think of like unbinding. Because see, she's like this, but then she is leaving. So that makes me think like you probably have ancestors that did like root work, voodoo. Hope that doesn't scare you because it's really not a bad thing. But you could have had ancestors that were into things like that. Um, or even if it's not necessarily that per se, I feel like you have ancestors that were people that broke free from something. Either like broke free from their family, they broke free from poverty, they broke free from maybe where they used to live at, they broke free from what was normal for y'all's family or something. I don't know, something like that. But that, like, they had a rebellious spirit. Like, I keep picking up on Aquarius. Like, when I first started doing this reading, I kept hearing Aquarius. Oh, here's Aquarius right here. But yeah, I kept picking up on Aquarius and Capricorn. So you could have those signs in your chart. This has Aquarius and Gemini. So you could have Gemini. This has Jupiter and Mercury. So Jupiter could be prominent for you. Mercury could be prominent for you. But yeah, I felt this rebellious spirit. So you could have that rebellious spirit like as well, I meant. So yeah. Yeah, let's see what else. We have Four of Swords and the Hanged Man. Wow. See, we have the Hanged Man reversed and we have the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords, it can have to do with resting and meditation and recovery and stuff like that. But the way that it's coming up here, especially with the Hanged Man being reversed, and if you saw the card close up, it's like, because usually when it's upright, the Hanged Man is hanging from, what is it, a tree or something like that, like his foot or whatever. And when it's reversed, it's like the hangman is breaking free. So the fact that we have this, they're tied up. Then we have one with breaking free, and then what I talked about. So yeah, I would not be surprised if you have ancestors that are surrounding you that are people that are rebellious. They had a rebellious spirit, and I feel like you do too. You have a very rebellious spirit, and you may find that you're like the black sheep of the family, the one that's really different from everyone in your family. Even if it's not that different, there's some type of like difference there. There's some type of like thing that makes you stick out, and not just from your family. I think in life in general, like maybe you have a unique look to you. Maybe you have like a raspy voice like me. Like a raspy voice, or like something about you, like I don't know, it just stands out. And I feel like your ancestors were people that like stood out like a, I don't even want to say a sore thumb because I hate when people say shit like that. But they stuck out like a peacock when they, you know, when they fan out their feathers. That's what I'm thinking. Not like a sore thumb, but a peacock when it spreads out its or fans out its feathers, and everyone's like, "Whoa, whoa, look at that!" That's your ancestors, and I feel like that's you. Yeah. All right. So yeah, let's get more so into the message. Shit, where'd it go? Oh. Let's get into your message about basically, you know, what do they want to tell you right now? Abundance. Love that. Abundance. Okay, so wait, actually, let's see this one too. Courage. Okay. I don't, I'll pull the next one in a second, but I'm already getting a message here, and I see why I'm getting goosebumps. All right, so you have abundance and courage. So, first of all, I think your ancestors want you to know that you, like, if you've been experiencing like delays with your money, or you want to make changes to how you make money, or been looking for a job or something regarding your finances, career, all that, I feel like your ancestors want you to know that it's coming. It's coming. It's here. And then with this courage card, it makes me think of like spirit, or not spirit. Well, I guess your ancestors are your spirit guides. That's how I like to look at it. But I feel like they want you to know that like you're either some step you're about to take, or some step that you did take regarding like your career, your finances, maybe even where you live, or like some step that you took, something that took a lot of courage for you to do, or a lot of courage that, or oh my God, look, y'all, it's kind of early. It's kind of early in the morning, so what am I saying? I don't know, but okay. So the courage that you had to make some type of decision, whether it's like to invest in a business idea, to make some type of change in your career, to quit a job, to whatever, Spirit is saying you made the right decision and you're being led to more abundance. Okay. But for some of you guys, um, wait, did I say this? Okay, well, if you haven't made any big decisions yet, you might have to. You might have to. And Spirit is saying that you are gonna be straight. Like you have nothing to worry about with wherever you're being led right now, because that's your ancestors. They're talking to you. Especially because right now, as I make this, we did have Day of the Dead already, but it's like I feel like this time period is very, like, the veil is very thin. So I feel like, especially right now, if you have felt led to do a certain thing or make a certain decision, or you're noticing certain signs, that's your ancestors speaking to you very clearly. So yeah. All right. So um cleansing. Okay. So cleansing. Yeah, I definitely feel like you were or are being led to cleanse, and that could be energetically, but that could even be physically as well, where there's a need to get rid of, like, clutter. There may be a need to, like, I keep seeing someone like mopping their floors. Maybe Spirit's talking to me. I keep saying how I need to mop my floor with some Florida water or whatever. So that could be you needing to, like, mop your floor or do some type of, like, cleansing ritual in your room, in your home, in your car. Like, there's some type of, like, um sorry, I just looked over there and there's this big ass spider web outside. I'm like, is that a sign? Because I'm like, nah, why is it just on the window like that? So but anyway, I don't know, spiders could be a sign for you. But also, yeah, cleansing. I just really feel like your ancestors want you to cleanse energetically, but also your home. Like, I just keep seeing you needing to clean or something with your home. And I'm not saying your home dirty, you know what I mean? But I think there might be some clutter, some things that you don't need, or there's just a need to, like, bless your home, or something like that. And I remember this one time, I got this reading, and not this lady, but it was a woman, and she was telling me to get holy water and put it in my house. And I really felt like that really made a difference for that month. It really, really did. I need to go get some more, but it really, really made a difference for that month. And with how, we're not even gonna get into it, but holy water, Florida water, yes. All right. So, what other messages do you have? Ancestors of pile one, Page of Swords. Actually, let's see. Oh, the Lovers. Okay. See, what's so funny about this Lovers card? When I was shuffling for you guys, it literally did a fucking somersault out of the deck, and I'm like, huh? You know what I mean? But I wanted to put it back, but I just ended up putting it in y'all's pile. And I was like, I'll probably forget about this, and and I did. So with the Lovers and the Page of Swords, so for some of you guys, this is making me think of a new relationship. It could be a friendship, it could be a romantic relationship, or something like that. And I feel like your ancestors are talking to you about it. But let's see what other card comes out. Oh, Page of Pentacles. All these pages. Let's see. Queen of Swords. I didn't show you all the cards, but um okay, I'm getting multiple messages. That your ancestors are saying. So, first of all, with this Lovers coming out, I feel like your spirit guides, I keep saying your spirit guides, but I feel like your ancestors can be your spirit guides. So I feel like your ancestors are, some of you guys could be a single parent. I feel like some of you guys could be a single parent, and I feel like your spirit, I keep saying your spirit guides, your ancestors want you to be this Queen of Swords when it comes to your love life, okay? Because I feel like your ancestors want you to pick the right person for your family. And I don't mean in a way like, you're trying to replace the other parent or anything like that. But if you have children, of course, of course, your significant other needs to be someone that respects your family. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like your ancestors. Okay, I see why. We're literally talking about ancestors. That's why this makes sense. Okay. Shout out to the ancestors once again, but they want you to pick someone that's like good for your family, good for the bloodline. Because if you're continuing the bloodline, they want someone that's going to add, not take away. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they want you to be very strict, like Judge Judy Ho, as Mona Leo would say. But Judge Judy Ho, okay? Like they want you to be dead ass, like about who you're picking, Be like vet people, okay? Because these Page of Swords makes me think that you have dealt with people that just wasn't on your level, as well. So I feel like Spirit is like, or your ancestors are wanting you to, you know, pick, be picky. Okay. But this lovers is, and with the pages, it is making me, at the same time, making me think that some of you guys are about to be in a new relationship. You either just entered a new relationship or you're about to. Yeah. And, Spirit is saying, and your ancestors are wanting you to be mindful. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, I think your ancestors are going to be giving you a sign that, like, this is a good match. This is a good fit. So make sure that you're asking your ancestors for a sign as well. Like when it comes to your love life, like they want to be very involved, because I feel like a lot of you guys have children, or it could be that you're going to end up having children with someone, and they want to make sure that it's the right someone. you know okay, so I ended up picking like 2 love cards just to see if Spirit has anything to say about your love life or your ancestors, but it already came up in the other cards. So yeah, let's see. Self-indulgence, self-worth and value, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. And then the butterfly, evolving and growth, next phase, healing inner child, releasing the past. Yes, see, this is what I'm talking about with the releasing the past. Is because I really do feel like you've dealt with people that just was not on your level. They were just not on your level, and they just weren't a good fit for your family. Like, I really feel like some of you guys have children. They weren't a good fit for your family, so I feel like some of you guys could have went into hermit mode and you was working on yourself and stuff like that, or something. But with this evolving and growth and all this other stuff, I do feel like you have noticed patterns with the type of people you've dealt with, and maybe even how you haven't listened to your intuition regarding relationships, or things like that. So I think you've been doing a lot of healing, and I don't think you give yourself enough credit. Actually, you've been doing a lot of healing, like, I was gonna say on yourself. I really meant more so work. You've been doing a lot of work on yourself, and I just looked at something made me look at the time, and it's 8:00. So, that could be a sign, the number 8, because that does have to do with evolving, and it does have to do with stepping into your power and recognizing your own authority. So yeah, I think you are stepping into a phase where you are being really strict about your boundaries and about what you will and will not accept. And I feel like that's why you're attracting someone, or this next relationship, or this relationship that you've entered is going to work out for you, because I was going to say because you know your boundaries, but I don't know if that's the right way to put it, because I think it's more so that, like, it's like your expectations, like you're not about to settle, and it's making people want to step up to the plate. And I don't mean it like like they're just doing this for you. Well, yes, they are doing it for you, but like it's people that have also been working on themselves as well, and it makes them, with you having your boundaries and knowing and expecting certain things, it makes them be like, yes, I have to step up to the plate, and I will. So that's what I'm getting for you guys. But let's see what else with this bowl of answers. I'm only gonna pick a few. We have All Mine by Brent Fayez. This one has not come out in a long time, so that is funny as hell. So, okay, so he says in the song, I know I've been the worst, but I can love you better if you let me. Let's catch a flight to change the weather, and I promise forever. Mm. So, love definitely is significant. Something about your energy is just sexy as fuck. And I feel like it's because you've been working on yourself, not only like inner that your inner self, but I also think physically you've been looking really good. Because we also have Taurus here, right? Yep, this is Taurus. So Taurus season could be significant. You could have Taurus in your chart. This person could be a Taurus. Your ancestors could have Taurus in their chart. Yeah. So it makes me also wonder if you have artistic abilities. Hmm. Okay, a move to a new home or travel. And what did I say with that Brent Fayez song when he's like, let's catch a flight, change the weather. So there's definitely gonna be some traveling, especially with your bae. I don't know. I feel really excited for you, pile one. Like things are about to heat up in a very like, and I'm getting goosebumps in a very, very positive way. And I feel like in all aspects of your life. And I feel like I see your ancestors like clapping and cheering. I'm also seeing a wedding. I don't know if you're about to get married. We did kind of, well, I don't know if I said marriage. I don't think I said marriage, but I don't know if someone around you is about to get married, but there's some type of celebration. I see people celebrating you and your accomplishments, but I'm also seeing a like celebration with a new home, a baby, or an engagement or wedding. So, hmm. Okay. So that was your reading pile number one. If it resonated with you, let's see. Let's get a broom emoji because I really feel like spirit is cleansing out the old and bringing in the new for you, okay? So, yes, if you feel called to tip me, book me for a reading, all that good stuff, or follow me on social media, buy stuff from me, all that information is below, okay? I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Peace. Hello, hello, hello. Those of you that chose pile number two, picture number two, the number associated with number two. Let's get into your reading all about messages from your ancestors. But we are going to be talking about who your ancestors are and the gifts that you got from them. And then we'll be talking about what they want you to know right now. So we'll be using the cards. We'll also be using the bowl of answers. Let's get into it. See, this is so funny that I'm on screen now because this is what I be doing when y'all can't see me like that. So, anywho, let's get into your reading. So yeah, who are your ancestors? The worker. I enjoy getting in touch with my I enjoy getting in touch with who I am as an individual. Because of these lights, you're not gonna be able to see the cards really. The initiator. I overcome resistance and do what must be done now. So as I was just saying this, it's like I was having a vision of like a farm. Someone with a farm. Some of you guys could have had ancestors that had a farm, owned a farm. Well, had a farm, owned a farm. Um, I'm seeing like land. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. This might be a little touchy, trigger warning, but some of you guys could have some ancestors that were enslaved, like in the South. Because I'm seeing that as well. I also am seeing someone in jail. Okay, let's see what else though, because we also have the initiator. So these could also, you could have also have ancestors that were like leaders, and that came up in another pile. So you could have been drawn to another pile, but like leaders and like leading their community, whether they were a king, a queen, or a pharaoh, or I don't know what other types of people lead communities. But there was some like you I see them being like some type of community leader or something like that, or someone that initiated. I'm also even seeing like invented something important, or initiated some type of like new tradition or a trend, or something like that. I'm seeing for you guys, pile two, as far as your ancestors. But let's see. Ooh, and then we have Seven of Swords reversed, and then Two of Pentacles. So Seven of Swords reversed, that card can actually have to do with like having imposter syndrome. Um, but I feel like they did not. Like they were in that energy of being the initiator, the worker, the business owner, the like, store owner, or whatever it is that they did. Because I feel like so it was something like that. But I feel like you could have imposter syndrome. That's what I'm more so picking up. Like you have imposter syndrome, or it's like maybe sometimes you think like, who am I to, well, that's imposter syndrome. Like, who am I to do this? Who am I to do that? And spirit is like, or your ancestors is like, no, like remember, well, yeah, remember us. Like, and I mean, they're your ancestors, so how could you remember them? But like, some of you guys, you could remember some of these ancestors, because some of you guys, I think it's not just your ancestors from like a distant past. I think for some of you guys, it's like a grandmother or a grandfather or a great grandmother or a great grandfather, like a auntie, or um I mean, even picking up on like a friend or something that passed away. But it's like they're around you and they're like, remember what I did? Don't forget what I did, So I definitely feel like your ancestors, or like people that have passed on recently, that their energy is still around you, it's like they want you to remember what they did, remember who they were, and so you can stop sleeping on yourself. Like I feel like your ancestors are saying that you sleep too fucking hard on yourself, or there's like too much sleeping here. Like, let me not, because I'm not saying you shouldn't rest, because we all need to rest, but I feel like it's either you sleeping on yourself, or I'm more so getting into the messages that they want to give you, but hey, whatever. Um, it's either that you sleep on yourself too much, or there's too much procrastination, and I feel like they kind of looking at you like, now, pile two, the fuck are you doing? Sleeping on yourself, or just like procrastinating on what you know you need to do. But yeah, because I feel like they were like some go-getters. Yeah, we have the worker here. There were some go-getters, some fire starters, initiators. I also feel like some of you guys, your ancestors were initiated into something. So some of you guys could have connections with like Ifa, right? They missed each other, but Ifa, or like Santeria. I don't want to say it wrong. Or like some type of traditional religion or something like that. Um, yeah, I don't know that many, so please don't feel disrespected or anything like that. Those are the ones that I'm familiar, mostly because I'm African, so yeah. Those are the ones I'm familiar with. But yes, I feel like they were initiated into something like that, so they could be calling you to get into things like that, like into certain beliefs, religions, possibly getting initiated. Of course, that's up to you. I'm not initiated, so You know, why would I ever be like, you better get initiated? So yeah, that's really up to you. But yeah, you could have some ties to those religions or whatever that did come up in another pile. So okay. I keep looking at my phone. Why do I keep looking at my phone? I'm wondering if like they're probably trying to get in touch with you, and maybe that's why I felt called to do this reading. But I feel like they are constantly talking to you, and I don't think you realize sometimes. Like maybe you like, oh, that's a sign, or oh. But I don't think you realize how close these ancestors are, and I'm getting goosebumps. Okay, ancestors, my ancestors, are y'all here? Are y'all here right now? Are y'all in the room with me right now? But I feel like you don't realize like how connected they are to you, because I think kind of like with what I was saying within another pile. Okay, okay, look, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me pull these other cards first. Okay, so they're just saying what I was about to say. We have judgment. We have judgment, and we also have the Ten of Swords reversed. So let me just go ahead and kick off the messages that they have for you, because literally I was already doing that. You pile number 2. You have a big purpose, and it has a lot to do with your bloodline and how you are going to switch up what comes from your bloodline. And what I mean by that is like you are highly talented in something. It could be multiple things. You're very, very talented, and I am getting goosebumps. Like you're okay. You're very, very talented, and I feel like if you have children, you've passed this talent down to your children. And I also feel like you're meant to be very wealthy, pile number 2. You're meant to be very, very wealthy, but there's been some like delays on your life and some blockages and things like that. But I feel like they're being removed. I feel like you are feeling called to something, towards somewhere. Yeah, you were definitely drawn to another pile. Yes, but I also feel like yeah, your ancestors are very, very close to you, because they know you are going to be that one that changes the bloodline. It changes, like you will change the trajectory of your bloodline. Like whatever you're doing right now in your life, and how you're raising your children, and even how like just how you choose to live your life. It's like the generation that comes from you. It's like I don't think you realize like how I keep saying like, I'm sorry, but you don't realize how much what you do is going to change the outcome of how like your children live their life, and how your children's children live their life, and your children's children live their life. There's something about the the lifestyle that you choose that's going to be, yeah, very different, because you may notice, and this is what I said in another pile, like you may notice that you're very different from your family. Your interests are kind of different, and the way you choose to live your life and possibly raise your children, it's like that's what they're going to be doing, and having those traditions and things like that, so that when they have kids, their kids are going to be living a certain way, and so on and so forth. Like I hope you're getting what I'm saying, but you're changing your bloodline, and I feel like that's why your ancestors are very close to you, because they're like, no, we have to make sure pile 2 stays on the course. Like they have to do this. They have to. So you may even notice like when certain things come to an end out of nowhere, where it's like a certain job comes to an end out of nowhere. A certain job, I mean, not a job, a certain relationship comes to an end out of nowhere. And that's really because your spirit team is very close to you. They're very, very close to you, and they want to make sure that you stay on course. So they're like, That person that she's talking to, no, that's not the one. That's not the one. Let's get him out of here. Let's get him out of here. Things like that. So yeah, so let's see. Why is this making me want to tear up? I don't know if I be feeling y'all's feelings. I definitely do feel like I be feeling y'all's feelings ahead of time. We have changed your tune. And how many fucking times did I talk about change? How many times did I say that? So, confirmation. Yeah, like you are meant to do big things, pile number two. You are meant to do big things. And I just keep getting goosebumps. And I feel like you're gonna change the future of your bloodline, but also, yeah, when you see those sudden changes and things suddenly ending and things not working out, that's because your spirit team is like, no, 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 no. They're not part of the plan. Get them out of here. So you may have noticed like your life being redirected like many different times because your spirit team, your spirit guides, your ancestors, they're trying to get you back on course, like back on track. Okay. Hey. Spirit guides, ancestors, like we have accept help. So that's why I'm saying like I feel like that's why I kept looking at my phone because I feel like your spirit guides, that's in your ancestors, they're looking at you like, hello, call us, call us. Call us. And we've been calling you. You're not answering. You're not answering the phone. We've been sending you text messages. We've been sending you friend requests. We've been sending you all this stuff. And your ass is not answering. You're not paying attention. Do you care? So I feel like that's your ancestors, like they want you to accept help. So I think they've been either sending you people or they're about to send you some people or yeah, they're about to send you people, but I also feel like they want to help you. They want to help you. So that's why they're sending you these signs, these dreams, these messages, and you're just like do 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 do. Shadow work. Okay, so shadow work came out in another pile as well. So, and this is the pile I keep referring to. So, you were drawn to another pile. But yeah, shadow work. That definitely makes me think like your ancestors are definitely wanting to help you with changing the trajectory of your bloodline, changing the future of your bloodline. So that's why they're making you notice certain patterns, whether it's like having to do with certain habits or just noticing the patterns that run in your family, as far as like maybe the type of partners that are chosen in the family, within like maybe your mother, your brothers, your sisters, like what type of partners do they keep choosing, what keeps happening with their money, what keeps happening within their life with their health, and things like that. I think your spirit team or your ancestors is wanting to look at the patterns. Okay? Oh. Five of Swords reversed. Nine of Cups. And then we also have the Devil. But then we also have the Sun. So that's very, very interesting because we have Five of Swords reversed, which can, well, actually, no, it's reversed. So, yeah, I feel that your spirit team, your ancestors, they are unbinding you from something or someone. Kind of like what I was saying, like when you're not on course, your ancestors be like, get them out of here. Get them out. No, 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 no. Get them the fuck out of here, okay? So yeah, because there's something that you came here to do, and I'm wondering if like it's something they were gonna do in their lifetime and they didn't get to do it, or that's why they're like looking at you like Patu. We need you. You're in the perfect time period. We need you to do it. We chose you. We chose you. But yes, and with this Nine of Cups, it's definitely making me think they're trying to help you with wishes coming true. So that's why they're probably constantly giving you signs. They're probably constantly sending you messages, dreams, and things like that. And they're like, pile to pick up your motherfucking phone, bitch. Pick up your goddamn phone. We've been trying to talk to you. We sending you messages. Hello. Listen to us, okay? All right. So I also chose 2 love cards just to see what your ancestors have to say about your love life, okay? And that's so funny because did I say that in this pile when I talked about boundaries? That might have been another pile. So you probably were drawn to another pile. I don't know if I said something about boundaries in this pile, but we have this card that says, not today, boundaries and hurt, avoiding conversation, not dealing, still upset. So I feel like your spirit team, your ancestors, whatever, they want you to have more freaking boundaries with people and to, tell people no, tell people, yeah, if you're not feeling them for real, like say no. Say no. Like don't accept, I don't know, don't just talk to someone because they want to talk to you. You know what I'm trying to say? Like have boundaries. This is funny as hell. We have key on a ring. Many options, unconventional, one night stand, string along. Okay, so pile 2, I feel like you have a lot of options, pile 2. Maybe 2 in particular. But I feel like you have a lot of options. Like I'm feeling like 2 in particular, maybe 3. But I feel like you have multiple options, and I feel like I definitely feel like you are being told to be mindful, because I definitely feel like there's gonna be a lot of people like giving you compliments, wanting to talk to you, wanting to be with you and stuff like that. But know who is right and who is wrong, and listen to them when you're getting signs from your ancestors. That's like, because I remember that came up. Yes, I was saying that like your ancestors, when you're off track, they be like, get them out of there. We gotta get them out. So yeah, but I definitely feel like your spirit teams and ancestors are saying like, yeah, you look good, pal too. You look good, and a lot of people want to talk to you right now, but say no. Well, to the people that you want to say no to. All right. See, third party situation. Third party situation. So I do feel like it's 2 people in particular possibly that are trying to talk to you, or they have you on their mind. So is it 3 or 2? Because we have 3, 3, 3. So we have 3, 3, 3. Okay. Have fun, share your ideas, study, create something, get outside. So yeah, I feel like it could be 3 people in particular that kind of have their eye on you or whatever. But I also feel like this is your spirit team, your ancestors saying like, have fun, share your ideas, like stop sleeping on yourself and your ideas, please. And I feel like even sleeping on yourself in general, because the fact that you have so many options, I feel like you probably are not believing me. For some of you guys, you're like, who? But I feel like there's a few people that have their eyes on you. They may have not said anything yet. We have a relationship is coming to an end. It will be okay. So yeah, like I do feel like what I said goes when you heard that? When your spirit team and your ancestors like take someone out of your life, it's because they're like, mm-mm. They don't know how this is gonna end up, and it's not gonna end good. So let's just end it now. We're so different. How would things ever work out between us? See, and this is what I'm talking about. This is your ancestors. Like, I mean, it's okay to have differences with someone, like when you guys are not the same, but when it's so different to the point where they're unaligned with you, spirit, your spirit team and ancestors be like, nah, they gotta go. We have All Me by Drake. Okay, so yeah, that makes me think of, even though we did talk about a lot of things that or we talked about you accepting help from people and stuff like that. I also feel there's a lot that you've done for yourself, and I feel like your ancestors want you to be proud of yourself. Production, music producer, film, photographer, director, factory line inventor. Didn't I say? Because I said with the initiator, and I said I also feel like something with like inventions. So that was this pile, right? And if it wasn't this pile, it was another pile, pile one. I'm gonna just tell y'all. But I'm pretty sure I said something with inventions. Let me know in the comments, okay? If it was this pile or pile one, but I feel like it was this pile because I remember something like that. I don't know. Anyway, pile number two. That was your reading. If it resonated with you, let me get let's see, a sun emoji in the comments because, yeah, there are some bright days ahead, okay? So, yes, let me get a sun emoji in the comments. Make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell so you're updated every single time I drop something new, okay? If you feel called to tip me, follow me on social media, book me for a reading. All that information is below. Yeah, I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Peace. Hello, hello, hello. Those of you that chose pile number three, picture number three, the number associated with three, number three. So yeah, let's get into your reading all about messages from your ancestors, but we're going to be talking about who were your ancestors, and basically like gifts and skills you got from them. But we will be talking also about any messages that they have for you right now, okay? So we will be looking at the cards, and we're going to be choosing from the bowl of answers. As you can see, it's right there. So yeah, let's get into your reading. All right. So first of all, who's your ancestors? We have the mentor. I respect and learn from the wisdom of my elders. So literally, that makes me think of ancestors. And then we have the leaders. I know how to lead because I know what needs to be done. Okay. So I will say you may be drawn to all the piles. Pile number three. You might have been drawn to pile two and one because leadership came up a little bit in both. So your ancestors could have been leaders. And I feel like, honestly, the people that watch my readings, that actually get readings from me, y'all all tend to be entrepreneurs or in some type of leadership position where it's like you are like a manager or the head of the department, or like you make really good money where it's not like a low level, let me not say low level job because that's so terrible to, I am sorry, I did not mean to say no damn low level because that sounds so gross to say, but like you just have a high, you tend to be, the people that get readings from me tend to be in high positions. Let me just say that. That's what I'm trying to say. And I hate that I said that. So I apologize with the low level jobs because that sounds crazy. A job is a job. Okay? No matter what it is. So, but yeah, I feel like people that follow me, y'all tend to have like really good jobs. Really good jobs, or in some type of high position or whatever. So I feel like with y'all, That's why it's like the readings are kind of connected today and leadership keeps coming up. But y'all literally got the card, the leaders. So you definitely come from a bloodline that has leaders, people that were in leadership positions. And I feel like that's why you tend to be in leadership positions, even if it's not necessarily you being the head of a department or something like that, but working as an entrepreneur or working as the head of a department or a manager, or even like having a type of career where there is like freedom in your everyday life, where it's like, I keep saying like, I'm sorry, you have freedom in your everyday life, maybe working from home, or you end up having a job that's like really flexible or something like that. Because I feel that your ancestors, they were people that had, I almost want to say control over their time or control over their career. But I mean, if we are talking about the ancestors, I mean, that's a long, long ass time ago. But I feel like they didn't work under people, and if they did, they were second in command or something like that. And you may find that you don't like people telling you what to do. You may find that you don't like people telling you what to do. You may find that you are a little bit rebellious, and that has come up in the other piles. And it's just so funny because that's another thing I noticed with people that follow me. They tend to be rebellious and the black sheep of their family. I don't know. It's a pattern I noticed, but yeah, let's see. Queen of Wands and Three of Cups. So that is so interesting. We have Three of Wands and Queen of Cups. I mean, I said Queen of Cups. I meant Queen of Wands, but maybe Queen of Cups is significant. You could be a water sign because there's water in here too. Oh yeah, there's water here too. So yeah, you could be a water sign. You could be a fire sign. Or your ancestors had a lot of water and fire, and that's why you could have a lot of water in your chart, or a lot of fire. Anyway, the way how she's looking, if you look real closely, like look how she's looking, and then we have these three women right here. She looks like someone that's giving them direction. She literally looks like a leader. And the fact that we have leaders and mentor, that definitely makes me think that your ancestors were leaders, mentors, like they led groups of people. Okay, so I already know who's gonna be watching this reading. Like because like literally I really notice this when I do readings for people. Like it's a certain type of person that gets readings from me or watches my readings. Like all of you guys tend to be very powerful or some type of leader or entrepreneur. Like anyway, so I feel like your ancestors, that's what they was doing, and that's why you do that and find yourself in positions where you're leading groups of people. You may even find that you're around a lot of children as well. I'm picking up on that as well with since this is Leo's one of the, anyway, that's what I'm picking up. And Cancer's here. So Leo and Cancer's here. So it's just making me think that you probably find yourself around a lot of children. Maybe your ancestors were people that took care of a lot of children, led children often. Not led children often, but like it's almost giving the vibe of being the parent that some of these children didn't have. So you may find that you're around a lot of children, maybe you work around children, you find that children are very much drawn to you. But something with children here, or maybe even like your spirit is very childlike. And maybe that's another thing with your ancestors. Maybe they looked really young for their age. Like they looked really young, or always vowed to keep that childlike spirit alive. So you may find yourself being very childlike, but not childish, but childlike, where it's very much that you are very playful. You're always playing with children. You're always you're always doing an art project or always making sure you have fun. Like it's giving that you're very playful. Like you're very, very playful. Even if you are someone that's like a hard worker, you're the head of a company, you're this, you're that, but there's like a childlike element. Mm. I'm sorry, but yeah, there's like a childlike element to you or your ancestors. Okay. So I'm wondering if I could also be picking up on ancestors that were, I hate to say it, but ancestors that may have like passed away when they were children, or trigger warning, you have had children that passed away, or you know, trigger, that's why I said trigger warning. But yeah, I definitely feel like there's something with children here. You may find yourself around children, and even if you don't have children, I think children tend to really like you. Maybe they think you're a child too. And then my phone just lit up. So and then my phone just lit up again. So I think I'm onto something. And then more Cancer energy, because this is Venus in Cancer. This is Two of Cups. And then we have Nine of Cups, which is Pisces energy. So you could be a water sign, or your ancestors have a lot of water in their charts, or a lot of fire. So yeah, you could have a lot of like water or fire in your chart, or both. But that's very interesting that there's a lot of water here. So yeah, I feel like your intuition, definitely your ability to see into the future. I know this came up in another pile and my phone just lit up again. So yeah, this came up in another pile, but your ability to see into the future, your ability to um see and see deeply into people, like see things that they haven't told you. Yeah. That's definitely a thing. Let's see, what else am I getting with all of this as far as your ancestors? I feel like they were very creative. They were very, very creative. You could be an artist. This, like, all these piles are connected, but you could be an artist. I also feel something with travel. Your ancestors could have moved around a lot, and maybe in your lifetime you've moved around a lot. Or it could be that your ancestors are from, I almost want to say, different cultures. Like, let's say, like maybe you're a mixed race or something like that. Or maybe you don't even realize that you have ancestors that are mixed race or come from a different country or something that maybe you didn't even know. You know what I mean? Like for example, I'll like this is what I mean, and I don't say this to just talk about myself. I found out like my mother, because I'm African. My parents were both born and raised in Africa, so I'm just thinking I'm just African. I'm just African, and hey. But then I found out that my grandfather. Okay, so this is a message, but I found out that my grandfather was, or like his parents were from the Middle East, like his mother or his father, it was something like that, from the Middle East. And I'm like, oh, well, isn't that interesting? So I think it's something like that. That could be a thing for you, where you didn't know some of your ancestors were from like somewhere else. You know what I mean? So that could be why I'm picking up on like multiple. I'm picking up on multiple cultures. Like, I don't think you're just one thing. So some of you guys could already know that, like, you are multiple races. So yeah, because I'm picking up on different cultures and stuff. So yeah, but let's see what messages they have for you. I keep Look at this. Look at this. You see how this is meant to be right here? Look at this card. I love when Spirit does that. Okay, so you, my friend, you are also meant to be a leader. And this has come up in the other piles, but with your pile, because I know in the other pile I said stuff about being doing good or big things and leadership, I think I said, but with y'all, this is my pile where you are meant to have an audience. Like it's not just like, oh, you're just leading at the job, or you know what I mean? And when I say just, I don't mean like that's a small role at all, because it's not. Because leading a group of people is not always easy. But I feel like this is my pile that you guys are meant to have an audience, like doing YouTube or having an Instagram or a TikTok or you know what I mean? You're definitely meant to have an audience. And if it's not in that shape or form, I'm trying to think how else it would play out. Maybe like you writing a book. Like let's say you don't want to be, you show your face like that. Would it be you writing a book or writing for other people or something like that? But the masses are meant to consume the things you create. And with this meant to be, I feel like, because even how it says moon called, I feel like you've been called to do this for a long time. And maybe you've already been doing it and this is just confirmation for you. But some of you guys, you've been kind of like, I don't know. Because you're like a little shy, or you're just not sure if it's worth the time and investment. But yes, it is. Like you are definitely meant to have an audience. And I feel like your spirit guides and your ancestors are like, what are you doing? What are you doing, girl? What are you doing? Excuse me as I put on some lip gloss because my lips are mad dry. But yeah, communicate. Okay, communicate. Talk to the moon. And let's see this other one. Do nothing. And then my phone just lit up. Do nothing. So that's very, very interesting. So I think, okay, so then that means that many of you guys are already on this path. But I feel like you could be the people that, because I know it kind of came up in another pile with, because yeah, this is my pile that's drawn to many piles, but I know it came up in another pile as far as your ancestors being very close to you because you're meant to change your bloodline. But for you guys, I feel like you guys are the people that's already talking to your ancestors. Like you could already have an ancestor altar. You could already be doing research as far as, oh, like maybe I should do this for my ancestors, or I should do that. Like you probably are already doing that, even if you don't have an ancestor altar, or you're already someone that just feels connected to your ancestors and you communicate. Because like with this communicate with the moon, it just makes me think of someone that's like constantly praying, constantly in communication with your ancestors. Because I know with the other one I was talking about, like they like, hey, call me. But I feel like with y'all, maybe it could be sometimes where they're like, hey, call me. Like, if you need an answer, call me right now. You know what I mean? But I feel like you already do that. Like, you already are in constant communication with your ancestors, or and doing like, like elevating them in some type of way, and doing the rituals and just doing stuff like that. And I feel like that's why you got this do nothing card, because I feel like you're already doing a lot of the things that they're saying, hey, do that. But I do, I don't know, I am sensing a bit of procrastination for some of you guys. So that's why I do feel like y'all were drawn to another pod, because that did come up. But I feel like most of you guys are already on the right track, even if there is some type of like procrastination or delay or something like that. I do still feel like you're already on the right path, and already like, okay, I feel like I am supposed to have an audience, or I do feel like I'm supposed to do this. I do feel like I'm supposed to do that. And you already, sorry, I'm wiping this stuff off my lip because I thought I saw something on the camera over there. But um, yeah, I definitely feel like you have a calling. You have a calling, and I feel like you already knew that though. I feel like you already knew that, and that's why you are maybe taking certain directions, or I don't know. And that's why it says do nothing, because you're already doing it. You're already doing it, and now it's time to receive for all of your hard work. Thank you. Thank you, ancestors. We have the Fool. We have the Fool. And literally how she has you. Do you notice? Do you notice how her arms are wide open? How her arms are wide open? How their arms like kind of look like they're like open. Oh wait, I already said that. Oh no, I already did all of them. All of their arms are like this. And I feel like that's your ancestors being like, get ready to receive. Because a lot of you have already been doing this shit. Like, you've been doing this shit for a long time for some of you guys. And now it's time for you to receive. I'm wondering if some of you guys are cardinal signs, because I keep hearing 15 years, 15 years. I keep hearing 15 years. So, and I'm saying that because the cardinal signs, like, look, we had Pluto in Capricorn for 15 years. And it has been interesting to say the least. Okay, so I definitely feel like, it's still Pluto, so Pluto's gonna go do its thing somewhere else, but I do feel like a lot of things that have been delayed, held back, has been a little chaotic. I do feel like you're finally receiving some things, and I think your ancestors are trying to say like, okay, the time is now, the time is now. You don't even have to really do anything because you've already been doing. Just have your arms open like this. Just have your palms out, okay? Because it's that time now. It's that time, and I do feel like you're about to get rewards. And then you've been talking to them. You've been talking to them, and I'm wondering if 2 and 3 is a progression, because the pile 2 I was talking a lot about. They're like, pick up your phone, you need to call me. But then this one is like you doing the work. So that could have been the progression where you didn't really confide in your ancestors like that, and then you're like, you know what, let me do that. And then that's what's bringing in the rewards, like you listening, you paying attention to the signs, you taking heed of the messages. Okay, but you got the 3 of Wands. So it's definitely something is coming in. Something is definitely coming in. And if you look close at this faded ass card, there's like some ships coming in. So you're definitely about to hear back from a job. You're about to hear from someone that's about to be the love of your life, whether you know them already or you don't know them. But something's coming in with your love life. Like, I feel like something's coming in every area of your life. But it's been delayed. Like, I'm hearing for a lot of you guys, it's been delayed for a very long time. But that's why Spirit's like, nah, you don't even have to do anything, because you've already been doing it for a lot of you guys. But for some of you guys, if you feel like I've been slacking or whatever, Spirit is like, once you get to what you need to do, you're going to be receiving so many blessings that you're going to be like, bro, what? And then we even have the Queen of Pentacles and the Star. Pop 3. Yeah, I feel like you don't see this coming. You don't see this coming yet, because with this Fool card, I feel like maybe you feel like a fool for waiting, or feel like a fool for being optimistic, but your ancestors are like, no, nope, nope. All right, so I pulled 2 love cards just to see what your spirit guides and ancestors had to say about your love life. And what do we have here? Blowing kiss, unconditional love, giving and receiving. I said, get ready to receive. Fairness and love, affection returned. So you guys could have had a lot of like unrequited love type of situations, and that cycle's over. And then we have passion, insane chemistry, sparks and having fun, equal interest. You see how both of these have to do with that? And that's like you receiving. So Spirit's saying, get ready to receive. And then we have burning desire at the, like, that's last here. So with it being, these 2 cards being here and the meant to be, I definitely feel like a lot of you guys are, if you're not in a long-term relationship, you're about to be, and it's meant to be. And someone that you're already dealing with, I feel like it's meant to be, and Spirit's just kind of confirming it and just wants you to be open to love, which is a little hard when you've been hurt, So, and that star card definitely makes me think that there's like healing in different aspects of your life. Okay, so we're gonna go through these real quick. 1 week. 1 week. So a lot of this stuff is either unfolding already or is about to. Try again. See, some of you guys could be reconnecting with someone, or it could even be like what she said in the song. If at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try it again. So, like I said, a lot of you guys have already been doing a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about. And my phone just lit up. Gemini. So Gemini season could be significant, or you are a Gemini, or a person coming into your life is a Gemini, or Virgo, Pisces, Sag. What's the other one? Virgo, Pisces, Sag, Gemini. Oh, I said that already. Okay. Food, restaurant owner, chef, critic, blog, recipes, grow food, farmer. So that could be significant as well. That could also be your ancestors trying to tell you to get into that field, or that's something you've been doing, or that there's a need to like eat healthier or something like that. You made the right decision. Yeah. And I feel like it goes along with what I was talking about as far as like, feeling like a fool for being optimistic. No, don't feel like a fool. And then my phone just lit up again. We have let it burn. Let it burn. So whoever you walked away from, you made the right decision as well. Okay, pile number 3. So we're going to leave it right there. That's your reading. If it resonated with you, let me get a moon emoji, because you be out here talking to the moon. I'm just kidding. Or maybe you do, because I feel like you are constantly in communication with spirit and your ancestors. Okay, so let me get a moon emoji. So yeah, if it resonated with you, let me get that in the comments, and make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell so you're updated every single time I drop something new. If you feel called to tip me, book me for a reading, follow me on social media, all that stuff, that information is below. Okay, I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Peace.